feel like we continue to try to go
One
for
time,
the,
Prime
for the
Minister, I
diamond,
tell you. One time.
right? When there's so many other precious stones to gain on the way to the diamond. Like, sure, I don't need to rent a room for $1,000 a night. If I have 1,000 people coming, I can rent it for $1. You know, and those are the kind of concepts and mindsets that we got to kind of get people thinking about. But I don't think that we think that, Ezra.
You know why we don't think that? Because we got so many people, oh, I have a doctor degree. Oh, I don't knock education, right? But sometimes common sense override that.
Correct. I agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
That's
agree.
common sense. Let's use common sense sometime. Hey, we got 200 native beds that Bahamians own in these family islands.
Right.
How can we help them?
Right.
Go check the airlines out, put a promotion in Nassau, and then say to the hoteliers, listen, we are doing this. We need you to bring your rates down so that we can cause the economy of your island to move.
Right.
I tell you, I'll be a one-time prime minister.
But
You hear me?
but see, here's the next thing though, Ezra, and this is where you and I continue to buck heads. Is that what the people want? Because the people say out of one side of their mouth, "Oh, we want big, so do this, do that thing, do that." But then you watch them price their market outside of the reach of Bahamians. You watch them like target Canadians and Europeans and Americans.
You know
because
why?
somehow they assume that those are the only people with money.
You know why? You ever hear about the black crab syndrome?
Yes.
Okay. You ever hear about the cotton picking
Yeah.
generation?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you think we think if we don't think with common sense?
Okay. But how do we shift that? How do we shape that?
It's easy to shift it. That's why the government needs to put programs in place. See what you're doing here? This show is so educational. If you take this around to all the family islands,
Right.
why is ZNS in Nassau every day?
Right.
Why is Island TV in Nassau every day?
Right.
Why is Cable 12 in Nassau every day?
So you agree with me, Ezra, that they are making the
I
they are
am
making the
happy.
kind of
Listen,
steps.
I am so proud of Ministry of Tourism right now, especially that lady. What's her name? Brenda Lee. Brenda.
Yes.
Yeah. She has a knack and she has a passion for family islanders.
Right.
Okay. We have a Minister of Tourism from Exuma. He's a
He's
family,
a family island boy. Yeah.
But the problem is with that, he needs to put people around him in the ministry who has the same passion as him.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you, Ezra. You're talking about 10 years from now because
How?
in order
How?
to excavate these people, they got this contract on over for 4 years. This one got one job protected by the Constitution. This next one, you know how hard it is.
I can leave them right there in that job and put people right there to do their job. You can stay right there and collect your salary, and I could get somebody underneath you to do the same job what you doing.
Yeah.
I bet you they call you back in there and say, listen, I want to make you the ambassador for tourism for Cat Island to move Cat Island economy. You think you want with the PS director?
No.
If you have that,
All you need to do is give me a budget.
Just
Once
give
I
you
have
a
a budget, once
That's
I
it.
have a budget, we
So-
can push some there.
So now you see what I'm talking?
Sure.
Okay, so we ain't going back over that.
Sure.
All right? That's a simple fix.
Sure. But then here's the thing, though. What is it about? How do you claim that I'm proud to be Bahamian? How do you claim that the Bahamas is my home? But I give you a job to make the lives of Bahamians easier, and you sit on your laurels in an office all
You know
day.
why? Because you ain't bill it. You don't have the know-how to bill it, so you get jealous.
Yeah, but you've gone through 40 years of waiting in the system. Now you reach the top. So now you in the top. You as the chief Negro, all the Negroes must come to. Fine.
And then you still in debt. You think you can be happy with a fellow who moving and you in debt?
Wow. We've got to figure this out. Okay. Because there is enough, and this is what I told the spiritual advisor before you came in. I told the spiritual advisor that today what he sees in Kid Island looks very slow and very tranquil. I don't need to tell you this.
Yeah.
You and me know Friday, you're going to have a traffic jam out there.
The islands them see a big boost too in these kind of times.
Right, but that means that the infrastructure or the capacity to carry the load is already on this island.
It's been on Cat Island for 25 years.
This is my point. But so now how do we get the cycle of people coming in and out to be more than just
I
August?
just told you, the government, the same monies that the government use in tourism to market these foreign people hotels. Let these foreign people use their own money to market their hotels. We market our Bahamian product for our family islanders. If they take that money and use it out through the family islands, Nassau wouldn't be crowded as it is now.
Okay.
It'll be more cheaper and more tranquil and beauty for the traveling people.
Yeah.
They think only Nassau around, you know.
Yeah. Murder will even go down because if you get to wake up on this beach every day, you can't want to kill nobody after that.
Imagine waking up to the sunset at Fountain Bay at this table eating breakfast with this kind of wind blowing in your face.
Ain't no way you could think but murder after that.
And don't let, like you say,
Yeah.
some beauties pass by on the beach at the same time.
That add an extra 5 points.
That add an extra 5 years onto your life. Because all the stress and the worries you had already gone.
You can't even think with them no more.
So here's what we can do as a people. Let's collaborate.
Yeah.
Let's make good decision for our people.
Are we seeing that? Are we seeing enough Bahamian partnerships? Like, are we seeing Bahamians, just ordinary Bahamians, decide that, man, Ezra doing something down there. I don't need to compete with Ezra, you know. Me and Ezra could lock heads, get together, right? Ezra is a contractor. I am I don't know, I'm in marketing. Maybe me and Ezra could do a little something that kind of benefits the place because our products, they coincide.
You know, if you look at politics right now in our country, you see the divisive and how crazy it is.
It is.
So what you think in the community? These are the same people come with your community.
Yeah.
And when you're going to have politicians at that level, it's bad-mouthing each other and calling each other names. What you think happening in your society? Are we setting any example from the higher level? When you go around in these government agencies, for you to get a letter, sometimes you got to naturally row and fuss just to get a letter.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so when you come to society that independent people doing public things, okay, or private things, they're not happy for you because it ain't them. And when they see the kind of level of your thinking and the way and your ambition to move things, their generation never even thought about it.
Yeah, but Ezra, me and you ain't the only two smart people around here.
You think so? Try it.
There got to be at least one more smart person, right?
Okay, here's another thing. Here's another thing. And this is what I have a problem with, even with government. You take a 18, 19-year-old and you make them a police officer, defense force, or prison officer, or customs, whatever, and you put them in a system. You pay them $1,600, $1,700, but then you don't have no programs in that ministry to teach them how to operate with their finance.
Correct.
The first thing, the bank catch them off guard and carry them. Hey, you could get a car.
Right. They buy furniture for their mommy. Plenty of them got bills that ain't theirs. They buy furniture for their mommy.
Okay, so now you put them in charge of a place that me and you need to go do business. We move in this business and we talking about how much money forecast that this business can bring in. They're sitting down with this file and they're looking over it. Now they're looking at their present situation.
Right.
You think they in any hurry to push that for you?
Yeah, because who you think you even is?
Now you see what we have?
But there is so much. I will say this, and I don't know if you recall this. I usually don't reference private conversations in public spaces, but I don't feel like you have a problem with this. 4 years ago, I told you, when we had a conversation, right there in the old Bite Get Island Airport, I said, Ezra, I don't think Brave could do it. I didn't even think he could be Prime Minister. You remember? And you tell me, you say, listen to me, Laban. You say, not only is Brave going to be the Prime Minister, you said, Brave Davis is going to be possibly the best Prime Minister we've seen since Lyndon Pinland.
I told you that.
And you said, I believe that Brave, because of his style, his mannerism, just because of his ability to broker deals, Brave could get things done. You told me that.
I told you that. And he's doing
and I
the job.
can't say that that's, and that's why I want to say I believe you conveyed me, because I tell people, I don't hide this. I've not been the greatest fan of the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
But not as Prime Minister. When he was leader of the opposition, I just didn't see it.
But I told you.
But I look now, the unions ain't revolting against Brave.
The fella's a negotiator.
This is my point.
He can bring people together. He have a problem getting people to execute his plan.
But the Prime Minister, no later than 2 months ago, or about a month ago, got up on the rally stage and said, I firing people now.
He have to, because now is election on the horizon. And he need to finish his job, what he went there to
But this is the question
do.
I want to ask you. What about the negotiator isn't getting the deal done, is what I'm asking.
And this is me and his problem. That's why people say, oh, Ezra and Brave fighting. Me and Brave ain't fighting. My problem is you have some dead beats around you that can't carry and keep up to the pace of you.
But that's not what the numbers suggest, Ezra. This is the conversation we had earlier.
What numbers say suggest that?
I'm talking about.
Then look at Cat Island there.
If you check all of the rating agencies, the numbers don't suggest.
No,
that.
he will be a second-time prime
Today,
minister.
the newspaper is reporting that inflation is down.
Yes.
Yesterday, it reported that the unemployment is down.
Yes.
And all I'm saying is, I mean, you can't look at the numbers and disagree with them because the numbers don't lie. This prime minister, if there was one thing I gave the former administration credit for, say what you like about them. Somehow, I don't know how they was doing it, they seem to have had an answer for crime.
Yeah.
During the tenure of Marvin Dames as Minister of National Security,
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson as Commissioner, and Solly Cash as Commissioner with Responsibility for Crime, whatever them three fellas was doing, Pookie them ain't kill 100, no time under them.
Yeah, but hear me out.
But
Hear me
even now, for the first time, the Commissioner of Police just reported yesterday, 28% decrease in murders. You follow what I'm saying? So the numbers prove that whatever it is this prime minister is doing, it have to be the right set of things.
He's putting all his energy into keeping the massive of the Bahamian people safe. And he had to focus on that. While he is focusing so hard on that, the other part of the government's carrying out his mandates are falling apart.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people wouldn't see it because what he did, he moved the economy so fast coming out of COVID.
Right.
And a lot of people who were hurting now are eating.
Right.
So you can't feel the effect from it that much.
Right.
But the family islanders will feel
They're
it.
still feeling it.
Because why? Everybody's just focusing on Nassau,
Right.
Grand Bahama,
Right.
Bimini,
Right.
Eleuthera, Exuma.
But that is what this show is about. So this show, and again, when they told me about the concept of it, this show is so that because, and then I'll tell you how it all happened, right? It happened when I said, well, you all keep putting up these signs, but the average person can't even tell you where that sign is. Like, you understand? Like,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, I'll tell you, I get visual stimulation from looking at a picture and being able to tell you exactly where this is. And my point is, why would you put up these bunch of signs if the people who will look at them on Facebook and they can't tell you where that is?
Listen.
So, in their wisdom, tourism said that actually makes some sense.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to actually do more live interaction with the places so that people could begin to, one, create an appetite for wanting to come and see it.
Thank you.
Create a desire for it to be something that is a trend, and
Right.
once it begins trending, people will gravitate toward
Right.
it. But more especially getting the news out there that no, Nassau isn't it all, and that there are some pretty cool things out there to go see. And we're sending Freedom March to go tell you all about it.
Listen. Here's what tourism does and the government. They will send you all here to do the show. We won't hear from you all again for the next 3-4 years.
Man, don't say that. I won't come back.
Hold on. Here's what I'm saying. The government has an arm, okay, in these venture capital funds that they do. Why they can't just say, let's take a portion of this and let's put ZNS in at an island for a month to bring the news? Because you could get news on the phone.
And you report Family Island news out of Nassau.
Out of
so
Nassau.
You could report Nassau news of the Family Island.
Now you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
But to get people to think down that road, it's like trying to tell the chicken to grow teeth.
Now, I could drag you into one fight that I know ain't your fight, but I dragging you into
Okay.
this just because you said that. For about 15 years now, I've been saying that I'm sick and tired of these Junkanooers acting like Junkanoo only could happen on Bay Street.
Yeah.
They give me one bunch of unscientific reasons why it have to be Bay Street. And in my view, Junkanoo has long outgrow Bay Street. And
Long
the
time.
only people that don't know that is Junkanooers.
But you know what they like? Bahamians like everything clustered. You
But
have
that
to
don't make no
understand that.
sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense to me and you.
Right. Could you imagine? And here's my thing. How do you continue to call something a national parade, but it only is happening in Nassau and we live in an archipelago? Junkanoo doesn't have the same value in Landrell Point as it does on East Street. It doesn't have the same value
That's true. That's true.
in
No,
Old Bite
you're
as
right.
it has on
Yeah, you're right.
when
you're
you
right.
hear about the Valley Boys, and I watch Prime Minister Christie, he's one of my favorite people to listen to talk about Junkanoo, right? Man, Christie them sound like they own Junkanoo, right? Because they talk about how it started, and
Yeah,
this one had
yeah,
a drum, and that
yeah.
was all he had, and
Yeah.
they could decide that y'all ain't beating us on Bay this year. But I think Junkanoo has to evolve now into more
Global.
than just a competition
It's
between
global.
East Street
It's global.
boys.
It's global now.
But before it gets global, Ezra, why can't we decide that the next two John Canoe parades will be in Cat Island. And so the shacks, you all got 6 months, go set up your shack in Cat Island. Prefab buildings are a beautiful thing right now.
Yeah.
You put up something prefab.
Trailers.
And
You
for
can have 'em.
9 months,
Yeah.
you got John Canoers on the ground.
Yeah.
Because now you know, Boxing Day, we running down from the New Bight Airport to Smiths Bay.
Yeah.
We ain't got no space to turn around, so we only doing one lap. Make it your best
No,
one.
man, right here. Right here, you got to say. Because
Okay.
you have road
yeah.
back and
And-
front.
right. Okay. So we can loop it
So
right
you
to Regatta
could-
side.
yeah, you got it
Okay.
right
Fine. But now, rather than me thinking about what I doing to get out of Nassau in December, I now thinking about I am coming out of Nassau,
Right.
but not to go to Cuba,
Right.
not to go to Takes Island.
Not to go to Miami.
I going Cat Island because the John Canoe will be there.
Or L.A.
Yeah.
The new thing now is L.A.
Yeah, and it ain't no way that big party could be going on in Cat Island, and I going somewhere else.
Yeah.
But we have to think about it that way. We have to build something national, and if you build it national, you could then just transplant, and you could make it a raffle. You know, now family islands have to compete for why the parade should come to their island this year, and they understand the economic viability of the thing, right? And that way, fellas who's build costumes could stop building costumes as a hobby. You are now a costume builder. That's your job.
That's your job. And then the people on the farmland, the young boys who didn't have nothing to do, will be in these shacks learning how to build.
And learning the culture.
Yeah, and see, that was my another issue with Cat Island too. When you look and see, we have a prime minister for the first time in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Why is not housing development going on in Cat Island?
Mm-hmm.
Why there is not a Ministry of Works in Cat Island?
Mm-hmm.
Why is not there is a bigger tourism selling promotion in Cat Island? Why is these things happening to us? When you take 12 or 14 young people from Cat Island and give them jobs, make them custom officers, immigration officers, then you depopulized your communities because you're giving them jobs now in Nassau.
But a lot of them look forward to that.
For what?
I don't know, but I'm saying okay. So from
For bills?
from 2006,
Let's talk some sense. For bills?
I don't know, but from 2006 to 2010, you know this. I recruited for the Defense Force.
Yeah.
Paul Roll, Dion Moxie, the last maybe 70 people that was recruited out of Cat Island, I recruit them, right?
Okay. What position they have now?
Well, they're going through the ranks. Some of them are leading seamen. I imagine they'll be petty officers soon because we're talking about 11 years ago.
Then you check on them and see what they're doing with their lives?
I don't know if I only recruit them, Ezra. I'm responsible for what happens once I recruit
This
them.
is why spiritual advisors say we ought to be godly people.
Yeah.
You're supposed to check on your brothers and
My
your sisters.
job is to go into Cat Island, right? I gone into Cat Island because other than that, they was been down there in Port Howe. I don't know what they's been doing down there.
Well, this is why we need to develop economic power for your people.
Sure.
Let me just quote something. When Martin Luther King went to Selma, Alabama that year, when they killed him, he didn't go down there talking civil rights.
Okay.
When he reached down there and he saw what was going on, he switched the conversation and started talking about civil rights.
Right.
Where you own your own bus stations, where you own your own schools,
Yeah,
where you own your own restaurants, your own shops. The white boy heard that. Let's fix that. Those fellas heard that.
Right. The people anti that.
Yeah, they heard that.
Right.
So they said, listen now.
We got to kill this boy.
We got to get this boy out of town. Because he come here now messing around our
We gonna have to fix this.
We gonna have to fix this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how do you develop economic for your people? If the Ezra can do this, if the Rolez can do this, if the Olga Clark can do this, if the Gilberts can do this, we have the ability to do it too.
Sure.
And by the way, let me give a shout out to Ingrid Roma right there in Dubai. She want me to give a shout out to her. Ingrid,
Yeah.
I hope you're on your way to Cat Island.
Tell them we are in Cat Island all week, Ezra. Ezra, I don't. You don't get no gift for seeing us. The Freedom March team is here. We giving them handshakes, hugs,
No.
and kisses.
But
to
you know what I'm
babies.
going to do for you? I'm going to give you 2 couples.
Okay.
But you have to make sure that they know the history of Cat Island to get it.
Okay.
A weekend stay for
Man.
2 couples.
Man, I love these kind of things. You hear that? Only Freedom Marches give you all things. You know, them other show you all listen to.
All right.
You get nothing over there. Keep listening to Freedom March. Go ahead.
All right?
Uh huh.
They have to get their own ticket. Okay? And they get 1 meal a day.
Right. For
Free.
a weekend.
For a weekend.
My
From
goodness.
Friday to Sunday.
And you say I can't sign up.
No, you can't sign up. You in the spiritual advisor can't sign up.
Because I can tell you right now, I could think of face contestants.
Because what tourism did here
Yeah.
excite me today.
Yeah.
I feel that we on the right way.
Yeah.
I feel what they call this government the New Day
The
government.
New Day government. The New Day government.
So I feel that
Yeah.
this New Day government
Yeah.
is on the right move for Cat Island.
Yeah.
Now, what they need to do with you, and I hope, and I will advocate for this, that they keep you all here every month. One show a month.
Yeah.
Why? Go to different places
Yeah.
and do it.
We're working on that. Freedom March is on the move.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make sure tourism give you all that contract this month. In August coming up, make sure they sign that. Let you all come here 1 month. Sell Cat Island. They wouldn't even know how much that will do for the people of Cat Island.
Sure.
You got the straw vendors.
Sure.
Okay? You have all of these places at the regatta site. The people with the businesses.
Yeah.
We have a whole
We're going
lot
down.
of,
We're going down there to see them this
we
week.
have a whole lot of stuff that Cat Islanders do, you know.
Yeah, I saw Pompey Johnson. We almost at the time. I saw Pompey Johnson on my way because we got in a bit later than I had anticipated. So I'm still trying to line up some people. I'm definitely gonna see if I could actually.
You ain't gotta line them up. You tell them where you can be tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they all come in there to talk with you.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely talk to a couple of
And
those people down now.
tourism I think they have a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
They'll send that information out. But I'm hats off to tourism.
Yeah.
And hats off to the Minister of Tourism.
Yeah, I just Cooper.
I just well, you know,
I think he's a good guy.
Me and him just started to talk again.
He's a good guy.
All right, and hats off to my Prime Minister.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't treating me good right now, but
Yeah.
that's all right.
Man, he probably like the mailboat. You know, he's slow, but he on the way.
No, but you can't put people before your people.
Well, you know, Ezra, sometimes it's a tricky hand to deal, boy. You know, you be nice to the people that you know have been nice to you, and then they call you cronyism,
That's
nepotism,
fine.
all kind
That's
of ism.
fine, long as you're doing something
Yeah,
with it.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you're helping other people to develop their lives.
Yeah.
See, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You don't be a cronyism for hogs.
Yeah. No, I got you. We all the time, Ezra.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you so much, Ezra. Thank you for joining me on Freedom March.
Thank you guys
We
for
at
coming in.
Fountain Bay. This is fantastic. Listen, this beach right here is phenomenal.
They tell you reach out. Ping on
should
them.
Be here.
Yeah.
I don't care where you is or what you got to do. Tell your boss, this he daddy job. This ain't your daddy job. You should jump on one plane or one boat. The boat coming Thursday. The boat coming Thursday and Friday. Get on the boat and meet us here in Cat Island. Anyway, that's our time. I'm Leavin Miller. You've been listening to Freedom March on 103.5, the Beat FM, Channel 224, Channel 112, and of course, ILTV Studios. We've got more Freedom March from Cat Island the whole week. Thank you so much to tourism. We'll see you again tomorrow, right here on Freedom March.